It's been about a month. That's all I got for you. we're back here to, I guess, just witness a little bit more of what's kind of going on within this arc here. And this is where we're gonna pick up. From what I remember, Toji just like randomly came in and nobody was expecting him into the domain, and shit's about to get really bad because he's a very unpredictable force, in my opinion. Well, he's not the most unpredictable. He's kind of unpredictable. And I'm a little bit, I guess, concerned as to exactly what it is he plans to do. If he's just gonna be like, fuck it, I just want to fight everybody, or if he's just gonna be like, you know, have a side that he already wants to take, or he's gonna try and understand things, or he has like it out for somebody, or whoever, like whatever his plan is. I have zero idea. But I'm very interested to see how exactly he works within it. It's looking very, very dark for everybody that is inside of this domain right now. Not looking very good. I'm assuming some bad things are going to end up happening here, and I'm very excited to see how that all ends up playing out. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me on my favorite Instagram for the schedule. Leave in the comments with this episode or series. This is a Toho show. It's going to get blocked at some point. Honestly, it might even get blocked before I can even get it up. So if there's nothing here, just check the link in the description. Or if there is something here and I just muted it because I was like, screw it, I'm going to actually try it that way instead. Just check the link in the description or the comments, and you can watch it with audio and all chopped up and stuff, how people would probably prefer to watch it anyways. Yeah, let's get going though with episode 15. It is an absolute like force. Like he does something that no other character does, I guess, besides Gojo within the series, which would make sense because we're trying to put them on par like with each other. I think whenever he's on the screen, it's commanding, right? Like we get an entire first half sequence where that you just try and see like how different of a level somebody like Toji really is, right? Because that was literally the entire purpose. We set that up. You go into the beginning, you showcase everybody getting their ass kicked for all of last episode basically and barely being able to get it out. Dudes losing arms and just bleeding out, can't do anything, right? This guy's so overwhelming compared to them, and then somebody like Toji comes in and he's just overwhelming for that guy instead, and it really puts like layers to it. Like it puts these levels that make you look at it and you're like, shit, I'm not even up to this guy, but then this guy just slaughtered him, and then it puts all those characters on edge, right? But when somebody like Toji's on screen, me personally, it's fun like seeing him, but I don't sit there and I'm not like in fear like too crazy. I don't know, there's just nothing like that when I see him I'm just like, oh fuck, like this is like really bad, right? I just view him as somebody who's probably stronger than everybody else, but I don't view him as like that guy in a way, right? Whereas when Sukuna's on stream or on screen, I just look at him and I'm like, fuck, like this is about to be bad. Like he just, because he has that evil nature to him. But more so just like because he feels so powerful, the way that they build him up around everybody, or others talk about him or think about him or view him, right? It scares me. Like whenever he's there, what is he going to be doing next? What is he capable of? And I think that's such a excellent way. It's similar, I say, in a way to Gojo, because Gojo has that same sort of thing where on the opposite end though, where you don't sit there and you fear like, you know, him being evil and everything, but you don't fear in a way. Like it's the complete opposite, because you just assume everything's okay if he's around. Like it's not gonna end up mattering, which is why like they're literally like the complete opposites, which I think is really, really cool. But it makes it even more scary now with Gojo gone, and it's like, what the fuck will dude do? He has his own objectives and everything, as he literally just said, but now with Buddy gone, what is his like there's nobody there to stop him or do anything, which I think is fucking crazy to think about, just how simple it realistically could be if they just want to write it in a direction that he just goes around and he fucking goes on a rampage and kills everybody, because he's probably strong enough to. Well, maybe not if we have like every single person team up against him, possibly not, but it seems like it could get really bad if he so chooses to, which is funny. It makes me question too, I don't remember, so don't I'm probably missing it or misremembering, but I don't remember them ever bringing up like what happened to him in the past that caused him to, you know, turn into all the fingers and everything. I'd have to go back and check. Maybe somebody can fill me in on that. But how was Buddy like defeated in a way before, or was he not defeated, but he just like got bored of the shit? Like what was the thing that happened that basically allowed him to need to find like these vessels and everything that it is now? Was he just like failed in a way to kind of transfer, which doesn't really make much sense to me, because I feel like it's so easy for him to do so, to like kind of just take over or do whatever he needs to over anybody. So I'm not understanding how exactly that even happened in the first place, I guess. I don't actually even remember, like I said, if they went into that when he was first introduced, or if that's something that they just literally have never gone into. But it does make me question who the fuck had to deal with him before, and how things like that ended up happening. Involving somebody like Toji 2 in this situation here makes this fight so much more interesting. A fight that I personally felt was like really uninteresting and boring. All of episode 14, I remember, I believe those were my comments, was I was just not intrigued at all because one, I didn't have a care for like any of the characters involved within it personally, but also just, I don't know, there's nothing about it that made me really fear for whatever reason. So when he comes involved here and he's just completely just on a rampage and having the time of his fucking life and smiling through everything he's doing, it makes it really, really fun. I also love what they're doing with the eyes here. Nothing real like special for me to get into that, but just like what they're doing. We spent all the first half just him fucking doing his thing and fucking him up completely. Nothing really for me to go too far into or get into. It's a complete showcase of I am way stronger than you guys, and you guys are just in awe of how strong I really am, and it just puts levels to you, like the viewer at least, but also the people within the situation, to actually understand the actual dynamic that's going on here and what they should probably be in fear of these other people, because they literally just watch this guy who basically almost killed all of them just get murdered in an instant. So when this happens and we get into this scene and somehow Megumi just gets transferred outside like this, it's gonna be a frightening moment. I'm assuming this moment here will happen probably next episode or the one after. Sometimes they take multiple to get through, but I'm assuming this will happen, which is a big one because dude is your fucking dad. Like this is the big moment that is gonna happen if you guys actually, you know, talk. Who knows? It could literally just be fighting, which also wouldn't be good for you because he's way stronger than you'll ever are now, at least. And interesting to see, I guess, just how that goes. Also, it's just good to note that he is driven by like his own like internal instincts in a way. Like there's no like actual, or as far as I can tell, like there's no thought like within Buddy. It's just he's just driven on whatever, which I think is pretty cool, because I was so concerned or confused, or not confused, but wondering what exactly his motives were, who he would side with, and what he would do. And it was just nice to see all the characters also wonder the exact same thing. And then in this moment, our buddy Jogo shows up and he just kind of melts everybody in this moment. This is one of those things where like, one, he was going to put him out here, it seemed like, and he was like actually going to try and completely kill him, and then he gets distracted and runs away. But it's one of those things where it's like it's used as a power dynamic again, as we literally just saw. Basically the entire episode is used as that to set up how strong people really are, but it's to show you that like without a fight all these other people just got burned instantly. They're not actually dead. It makes no sense to be. You have to, especially characters that they've been introduced. Buddy over here could be, because we weren't really introduced too much to him, so he doesn't need like such a climax to really come to. But all the other characters we do have relation and connection to in some sort of way, so to kill them off in something so simple, it would make absolutely no sense. So there's nothing to be in fear of in that, in my opinion. The only thing to be in fear of is later we end up seeing the two girls get burned, but then they're kind of good because they were able to protect themselves in some sort of way. So were these people able to, specifically Nanami and Maki, were they able to in some sort of way, or no? Not saying they possibly could have, where they're just completely, you know, unhurt, or they were in the moment but they're good now and they're able to like heal themselves or do something somehow. I don't know like what they would have did to protect themselves, but also if they weren't, there's a chance that they are severely burned and could cause big issues going forward for either of them too, which I'm assuming would probably be a bit more likely, because I think that we would have instantly seen one of them probably get up or something. Actually, that's not true, we might have not had to, but I think we know like abilities and stuff from them enough to know that that probably wouldn't be the case. So I'm assuming they'll probably be kind of fucked up a little bit going forward. I don't know how bad or anything they were burned though, so I don't know the effect that truly ended up having on them. We end up feeding Buddy a bunch of fingers, and Sukuna comes back and immediately puts terror in everybody, right? They are fearing for themselves the moment that Buddy comes out, because they can just feel the power, the aura coming off of him, and just the absolute fear. I love the sequence too, where he tells them all to bow. The two girls go extremely low. Jogo doesn't go low enough, and then you take off part of his head, which I think is really, really cool. And then him just kind of trying to figure out what it is that they want. It's clear they have such a care for Geto, the person who actually saved them like long and long ago, not the version that they have now, right? Not the version that they're left with because of the actions of Gojo and everything, right? And they want that version gone. They want a remove of him, so they're asking that of Sukuna. The problem is, not a bad thing, right? Respectable to come out and say it. The thing is, you offered him one finger, and one ain't really gonna do anything for him. Speaking of fingers, they also talk about he's been given 15 total at this point. So if he's been given 15, he is 20, right? I could be misremembering that, but if that's the case, they like almost got all of them already, which is kind of crazy how quick that ended up happening. But it's also cool because we can just time skip that and we don't have to like drag everything out and finding one along the way, which I think is really cool. Ends up killing these girls because fuck them completely, which I respect. And then we get our conversation with Jogo where it seems as though we kind of just discuss our plans and what everybody has, what exactly Sukuna's plans are and stuff. I literally don't know. Like I said, I don't remember anything that was mentioned from when he was first introduced and stuff. So if all of that stuff was kind of established at some other point, I personally do not remember. He has something in mind though going forward that he wants to end up doing here, and him and Jogo appear to be going at it here. He offers himself up in a way and says they'll work under you in a way if you're able to actually land the blow on me, which sets up a crazy dynamic because it just shows me he's not going to be able to, because there's no way Sukuna would submit to under somebody. So I find that hard to believe, but I think that makes it really such like a powerful boast in a way. Also, you feel bad for Jogo because everything we've seen from him, he looks like he actually is like really strong, but I feel like at least I don't take him serious just because he keeps going against the most powerful fucking people, so he doesn't stand a chance every time, and it's so sad. That one was really fun though. Actually really enjoyed that one quite a bit, and I'm excited to see what we're going to get into a little bit going forward. Sorry for the long ass delay that's been happening and the lack of things that have been up. I'm gonna try my hardest to, be a bit more on time going forward, and hopefully I can get most of them done here at this point, or at least a couple of them, and I think that would be pretty cool. If you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe. Do mean a lot to me. Feel free to check out that videos and channel. Leave any comments with this particular series. I'm actually just gonna go record the next one now, so hopefully at least we have a couple of these get up. Hopefully I see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Peace.